Okay guys, we'll go ahead and get started. Everyone hear me? Yeah, good, awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming, really appreciate it. This is our coaches meeting for the Spring 2017 season for two locations, Kyrene del Milenio and our Kiwanis Recreation Center. So that's what we're hosting this meeting for. Before we get started, we have just a little video I'd like to play just as an introduction. So hope you guys enjoy it.
We've been coming to I-9 for a year now, and I like it because the practices are on the same day as the game. It's very organized, and you know what to expect time and time again, and season again.
Hi, my name is Brent. I coach iOS 10, which is basically 5, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds youth soccer. I9 is awesome because we really enjoy it just as parents, watching the kids really focus on themselves and us not necessarily having such a competitive spirit, but being more focused on just the kids enjoying themselves and having a good time.
Today's sportsmanship value for our medals is going to be about being a good teammate. Does anyone have a really quick example of being a good teammate?
Like a sportsmanship.
That's a good basketball example. What about in real life? What about being a good teammate? How about when you help your parents clean the kitchen? You're on a team in your family, right? So coaches and I are going to be looking for really good teammates today. That means I should see a ton of passes. Ton of good passes, tons of talking on offense and defense. Hey, I got my man. I got your man. Go, drop the back. Very good, very good.
We've made a lot of great friends just through this community. We've got some lifelong friends now. We've got kids that are always wanting to be on the same team year after year, and I9 accommodates that. They allow us to be able to have the buddy system with the teams so that we can choose what teams we want to be on the next year if we've played with other kids before, and it allows us to really create good relationships. I love I9. I'm going to be back next season. See ya.
1, 2, 3, hard work! Go, go!
Get a big group hug. Come here. Come here, guys. Come on. I'm not going to cry, but y'all going to make me cry. Come here. Come here. Loud as we can. I-9 football on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I-9 football!
Cool. So we like to play that just to kind of get in the spirit of things. It's kind of a good indication of what the program is from start to finish. So we want to do a quick couple introductions. First of all, my name is Aaron Finger. I'm the program director for the Greater Phoenix location, which sort of includes East-West Valley out here, and North Phoenix, Glendale, Paradise Valley, Scottsdale. We have, I think, 11 locations now amongst all the sites there. Connor Fogg in the back, he's our program director. He's mainly responsible for the Kyrene location and the Avondale location, as well as the Kiwanis as well. Will Lockman here is our lead instructor. Hopefully you guys will be seeing him this season as well. If he doesn't get stuck covering for somebody, try to keep him around just to kind of bounce around the sites. He's really in charge of kind of the quality of the programs, our instructors, managing everybody, and just keeping things in line. He also wrote all the practice plans that you'll be getting throughout the season as well. This is Jordan. He's one of our soccer instructors. I think we'll have a couple more people maybe coming for our staff as well. But a little brief background about me. I grew up, I don't know if you can read this, it's kind of blown out for me. I grew up in Phoenix here. I'm a native. I went to U of A, I studied film, and then graduated with community arts. Moved to California, I was working in the movie business for about 15 years. I did some movies like Sin City and Tron Legacy, Thor. Recently I was in, the last stint was in India. I lived there for a couple of years with my family working on the Penguins of Madagascar for DreamWorks. So that was the last stint with the movie business, and they wanted us to move to China next and work on Kung Fu Panda 3, and just decided, we had a 3-year-old there at the time, and my wife was pregnant again, so we just decided to move back here, stop traveling around, plant our roots, and do something fun. So figuring out what we're going to do, I had no idea, but there was a soccer field where we lived out in this expat community in Bangalore, and soccer field was there. I took my 3-year-old playing soccer all the time out there, and I figured try to do something fun with kids, and this looks cool. So looked into businesses, I found I9 Sports, and it's been 4 years now, so it's been really fun. It's been a great experience. These two are mine now. They're both in the program. One's 3, one's 6. So they're both playing soccer and having a good time with it. Again, it's kind of hard to see, but sort of surround the valley now with our locations here. We're looking to possibly add one more location in Levine to sort of round out the greater Phoenix area, as we call it. There's one other franchise owner that has the Chandler, Queen Creek, Gilbert, a couple there, Steve and Grant. They've been around for about 9 years, so still trying to catch up to them. But yeah, they're like, I think they do like 8,000 kids a year. They're biggest league out here for sure. But I purchased the Awatuki franchise from the guy Rob Anderson, who ran it for about 5 or 6 years before I got it. So pretty well established in this area as well. But we're looking to continue to grow it and market and get some new kids in the program as well. So I heard a gentleman over there said, I got my roster and I'm only the name I signed up to be an assistant coach. We like to hit that point first because that's a lot of the biggest questions we get. Actually, the people that sign up to be an assistant coach and haven't really coached before. It's a little bit different at the Kyrene location, just because are you coaching flag football or what are you coaching? Yeah, basketball. Okay, got it. So yeah, we're in good shape. So flag football is kind of the only really different program that we run amongst all the different locations we have in North Phoenix, in the sense that the practices are held outside of the game and are ran by the coach. All of our other programs, soccer, basketball, t-ball, cheer, we have staff instructors that actually teach the programs as well. So the main difference between a coach and an assistant coach on the roster is that if you guys sign up to be a head coach, we're kind of under the assumption that you guys have coached before, you enjoy coaching, you have practice plans in mind, you're comfortable running that stuff, versus our assistant coaches kind of just want to be out there on the field with their kid, help out, lend a hand, may not be, played at college level or even coached before, but still sort of have a good spirit, want to get out there, get some high fives and do some encouragement, and that's the assistant coach. So if an assistant coach doesn't really have a practice plan, hasn't really coached before, we'll have our staff instructors help you out all the way through. We send out bi-weekly practice plans, which we'll talk about here in a second, that you'll have material. It's very rare, far and few between, that our staff instructor doesn't make it to the field. It could happen. That's why I kind of have some people floating around like Will sort of fill in. But in the worst case, someone can't make it, out sick, I can't find anybody else to fill in. You have the practice plans. It's pretty basic stuff that we'll teach you, and you'll be okay. So for Kyrene this season, pretty much it's a little bit smaller than our fall season. I think we have about 430, something like that, kids this season. We have 8 teams of baseball again, so we'll be starting usually in the spring. I think in the past they started at 8 in the morning. We're going to bring it back to 9 since we don't have as many teams this season throughout. So we'll go baseball from 9 o'clock with our 8 teams, 4 fields there, and then we'll get into soccer right after baseball. So we have 14 teams of soccer and 14 teams of flag. So we'll still run our 3 fields with flag, and we'll just end the day a little bit earlier. I think we're ending at about 12:45, 1 o'clock now, as opposed to like last season we ended at about 3 o'clock. So I think we have 4 teams in each division for flag football. Soccer, I think there's about 4 teams in the Pee-wee, Super Pee-wees, and maybe the juniors as well. 2 in the junior. Oh, seniors is 2. Okay. And then we have cheer as well. So we're going to be doing our cheer program. So schedule ranges about from 9 to 12 o'clock. There are no blackout dates for this season. We typically usually have one, We'd like to try to black out Easter. Unfortunately, we're trying to fit in 8 weeks before the end of summer and end of May, which is going to be pretty brutal towards the end of it. We have to just go in 8 straight weeks. So I understand that people are on vacation for Easter. It's going to happen. We'll see what we have as far as numbers and whatnot. If in fact we don't have enough to field, full teams, we'll just do a scrimmage. We won't count scores. It won't be added to the standings, things like that. So we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there and see how we do. If you guys know your team is not going to be there in advance, let us know so we can kind of rearrange the schedule, kind of pair you up with another team that might not be there. So we're in good shape. We got some playing there. For Kiwanis, we have a 4-5 division this season, a 6-7. So those guys will be playing at the same time from 2 to 3, and then we have 4 teams of our, I think, 8 to 9, 8 to 10 group will be running, and then we have a senior group, I think 11 to 14 for 2 teams. So nice growth there again, and it's a great. It was our first season was last season. We had about 80 kids, so I think we'll do probably about the same this season. So good stuff. Primary core values in this program, number 1 is fun. If the kid's not smiling at the end of the day, we're not doing our job. Safety, we have ice packs, the required mouth guards for flag football and basketball, shin guards for soccer, just to try to avoid any injuries possible. Strict when in doubt, sit them out policy, so if 2 kids collide, kind of dizzy getting up, let's sit them out for sure, and get them checked out, make sure everything's cool on that one before we get them back in the game the following week. And then convenience, again, other than flag football, it's practice and game on the same day, which makes it convenient. Flag football, we'll have some time in the morning setting up if you wanted to use the practice of the field from 8 o'clock before our first game. There's options there. There's Payless Park, so pretty convenient area as well. So, little season overview. There's going to be 2 emails that you'll get from me. You'll get a lot of emails throughout the season. I mean, we try to over-communicate. I hope you guys are seeing that in advance. Just try to be as more informed as possible. So the first one you see here on the left is our bi-weekly practice plan. So this will have, weeks 1 and 2, then following, 2 more weeks, so we have 3 and 4, etc. This will have practice plans for each of the sports, all the way flag football, cheer. So sample practice plans that you guys can take a look at. If you guys go to the coaching tab on the website as well, those aren't the corporate program practice plans, so they're a little bit different than ours. They're in the process of rewriting those as well, but all the practice plans you see here are from Will, who's been coaching, over 20 years, and some really good stuff in there. So feel free to use that material. It's also going to have our sportsmanship value lessons that you'll see, so you'll know what we're kind of talking about for the upcoming 2 weeks. And then just some coach cues and things like that, some warm-up steps and things if you guys need. Lots of resources in that mail. And then this one here is our newsletter that we send out every week. That goes out every Wednesday. Practice plans goes out every other Tuesday. The newsletters, we have a site manager at all of our fields. We go around taking pictures. You guys can't be out there with your phones taking pictures, so we try to do that work for you as a courtesy convenience. We have some nice cameras out there and get some nice shots of you and kids coaching and just overall in general. So we'll post a link on our SmugBug site. It's a private site that only you guys will have access to. You can share the pictures, post them on Facebook, whatever you want to do with them, but that's a private group as well. And then for the parents, this will go out to all the parents. The practice plans will only go out to you guys. It'll have the sportsmanship topics so the parents know what, if their kid gets a medal that day, what that medal is for. Because the kid's going to say, she's going to ask, the mom's going to ask, why'd you get the medal? He's going to say, I don't know. So that's at least the value, so you can practice that at home. Well, it was having a good attitude, so I'm going to take that medal away if you don't show me a good attitude right now. So keep that stuff at home. It's always good. We introduce a new sportsmanship topic every season now, so there's a couple new ones from last season. And then just any general updates, picture dates, important dates that you'll have. So quick season overview. Opening day Jamboree coming up on April 1st for you guys. For those of you guys who are new, we normally have, there's really no need, we have a canopy or at Kyrie, we have just a table to check in. You don't really need to check in at the table. You guys will see a big sign with your sport on there, and then you'll see your team member sign. For those of you guys who are at Kiwanis this season as well, we're not going to be doing the check-ins inside the gym this season. They weren't too happy with the crowds of people in the lobby and whatnot. So we're going to be doing we'll have our canopy outside. It'll be the same thing. We'll have our team numbers. So you guys can just find your team number. And then behind that, you'll have your coach's bags as you can barely see over here. But you'll all have your coaches' bags. Inside your coaches' bags will be your roster, which will be the final one. We're going to get some late additions, from now until April 1st for sure. So you guys will always be able to find. We'll publish the rosters by this Friday. So you'll be able to just periodically check in there if you want, but we'll always have the latest version in your roster. It'll tell you your field number on here, what field you're on. It'll tell you if you're the dark or light jersey. We'll do that work for you on opening day as well. We'll flip it to the right side so you're not worried about it. We silver and white this season. And then you have your roster. You'll have name tags. We use these just on opening day. So go ahead just for you guys to familiarize yourself with the players. They have stars under the name. The stars indicate how many seasons a particular player has played. So you guys will get familiar. Serena's got 1 star here, and Emma's got 4. Emma's played a few seasons. She knows the drill. So then you'll have your coaches' shirts. I see a few coaches' shirts tonight. Thank you guys for wearing those. But you'll have these if you guys don't have them before. You can throw these on, slip them on. Obviously, we have restrooms at all the facilities. You guys can put on your coaches' shirts, and then you'll have your name tags as well. So these tend to get lost throughout the season or forget them. If you guys want to keep them with us at the canopy or at the tent, we can hold on to them for you, that way you're losing them. These are great, just that way our staff can identify you, parents, kids, they're not guessing what your name are, they can greet you. We kind of have that culture of everyone's, family here, it's call each other by name, stuff like that, makes it easier. And then you'll have all your jerseys. So this season we're not blue and white finally, we're switching colors. We're gonna be silver and white for pretty much the rest of 2017. 2018 we'll have a very cool new color scheme coming on, so I'm excited about that. So coaches' bags, when you guys get there, you can just be worried about checking people off. Don't worry about getting all the jerseys out right now. There's going to be plenty of time. We ask you guys to arrive about 30 minutes before opening day, and that's to get your coach's shirt on, to get your jerseys out there. If you wanted to lay out all your jerseys and put the name tags on them, the name tags, the sizes for the kids are next to the names, so you can match up extra small on the tag to the small and just put the name tags on them. That makes it easier for you guys as you're checking people in. So when you have about 75% of the kids with you on your roster, we have a pen in all the bags too, so you guys can mark them off as they come along. You guys can bring them out to your field. Again, field numbers on there, our report will be on there on the roster. And then bring them out to the field, have them sit down, pass out the jerseys then. If you're doing T-ball, we'll have the hats as well. So you have the name tags. You can put those on the brim of the hats. We got the red hats this season too, so they're kind of cool. Instead of putting the name tags on the jersey for T-ball, go ahead and put them on the hat. That way, when they're up to bat, they drop their hat. We know whose hat that is. Who's staying on the whole season, which is cool. So hand them out at the field. While you guys are at the field, handing out jerseys, we should also be coming up with our team names. Very important, team names. No one wants to be called the TO2s, I can promise you that. So the Mario Kart Ninjas, the Flying Dragons, the Pikachus, whatever we got. Let's come up with 2 team names. Before you leave for that day, try to remember to stop by our tent, our canopy or our site managers, write down the team names so we can update the rosters online. We'll bug you every day that we don't get them, so it'll be better if you guys tell us. We'll ask our staff, we'll have some notebooks, just write them down as well, just that way we have them. Come up with 2 team names, first choice, second choice, that way if 2 people pick the Suns, then you have a second choice as well. And while you guys are doing that, our instructors are going to hold back the parents for a little bit, have a brief parent meeting just to give them the 5-minute version of this hour meeting, just core values, culture, picture day, rainouts, things like that. So important information that way they're well informed. If they're not checking their emails and things like that, they at least understand what's going on. Let's see here. Cool. Parents, we ask them to rise 15 minutes early before opening day, and that is just to allow that check-in process and not interfere with our games. So we ask that you guys, by next Wednesday, reach out to all the parents on your team, send them a quick email. You should have gotten that coaches meeting email, a template, a Word document template. Feel free to copy and paste that and take your name, email address, phone number, and cut and paste. It's all ready to go for you. You can just send that out to the parents. Just let them know who you're going to be. You're also hopefully going to get an email from our staff instructor or referee who's going to be on the field just introducing themselves as well, just on that communication front. Really hard to read. So, and then we'll get started with practice. You got the team names, you got your jerseys on, yeah, and then we'll have the practice. Cool. So starting week 2, one more thing I forgot here. So picture day, I think is the following. Is it 3? Right, yeah. Yeah, okay. So picture day is on week 3, but we're still going to be handing out the picture packets on opening day, just to make it easier on you guys. So that's one thing that'll be in the coach's bag as well. Another thing you guys could be doing while you're meeting parents is give them a picture packet. There's going to be a coach form for you guys as well to fill out. As part of coaching with I9 Sports, you'll get a free coach and kid picture, and so that's kind of a cool perk. But yeah, hand out all these guys. Picture week is going to be on week 3. We'll send out a reminder. The schedule will adjust slightly for that as well. So we'll be sending that out the Monday prior to picture day. The pictures, we use a company called Portrait Effects. They've been shooting I9 in the Valley now for 5-6 years. They shoot everybody individual on a green screen, and then they digitally composite the team together in the end. It makes a really cool, nice picture. They superimpose the background there. You have kids not looking off screen, they're picking their nose. So everyone's looking the right way, wearing the same jersey color. Makes a nice photo. There's all kinds of novelty items, cups, calendars, things like that. We'll be sending out an online gallery as well. If you guys purchase the pictures online, I think it comes with like a free luggage tag, which is kind of cool. There's a few of those now. So that's week 3. Okay, so week 4 is when our surveys come out. So you'll be getting a survey. It's a company called Listen360. Comes out from the corporate office, I believe, but the actual emails, I think, from Listen360. Simple, like, surveys that you get from a lot of places. We take it really serious, though. We kind of learn a lot through the survey feedback. You know, we always aim for the green guys down there, the 9s and 10s of the program, less of the many red people out there. The 0s through, I think, 7s is the red, which is kind of considered a negative review. So if you guys give us a negative review of the parents, we're always going to email them back and ask them for more comments if they didn't read them. We always try to improve our programs every season, so if there's things that we can do better, let us know. I always like to say, don't wait until week 4 when you get the surveys, and let us know that, man, that dog keeps barking on the field every day, is distracting the coaching. Let us know in week 1 so we can say, hey, man, that's really distracting the coach, help us out here. So things like that to avoid getting a 0 out of 10 because the dog barks. We can avoid that. We can fix that. Let us fix it for you. Things that are out of control, like the rain and stuff like that, we get hammered on. Can't really do too much about that, but it happens. But anything that you guys have, suggestions, make the program better, we're all ears, and we try to do that every season. Always try to improve. All right. So week 5 is a standard practicing game. Week 6, same thing, practicing game. Week 7 is our coach appreciation day. We send an email out to the parents. We give you guys a coaching credit. We do $10 for every season you coach with us. So just a little incentive to keep the spirit alive, keep the team coming back, and so we help you guys out there. We ask the parents to recognize you as well. You could easily be on the sideline, sitting back on your phone, but you're out there giving high fives and helping these kids succeed in life through sports, as we like to say. So we thank you guys. It means a lot to us, and we hope you guys enjoy this experience and keep coming back for more. And then before week 8, our final week, except for Kiwanis, I think it's 7, we'll be back here at this location for our pizza party. So on week 5, I forgot to mention, you guys will be getting these coach packets for Peter Piper. Inside the packets, you'll have your flyers that you want to hand out to the parents that day on week 5, and then you'll have these MVP 10 free tokens like we should have got tonight if we had kids here. All the kids, all the players will get these. We ask that you take these home, you fill them out with all the kids' names, and you'll be bringing them back for that following Saturday. The pizza party is that following Thursday, so you guys can hand these out to all the kids. before Thursday, so they have their tokens when they get to the cashier and order that stuff. Just a few things about the pizza party. It is a fundraiser for us. We use that money for our scholarship program to help kids that can't afford to get in the program, helping out. So there is no free pizzas. You will find in this packet there's a bunch of coupons. There's 3 extra large pizzas for $49. So if you guys don't plan on coming, at least ask the parents on the team if they plan on coming, because if you can be kind of the center to collect the money, if it's like $4 or $3 each on a team of 8, or a team of 7, then it makes it a better deal than them coming in and buying a pizza for their family by their own. So there's plenty to go around. You guys will be getting a letter from Peter Piper. It has an RSVP email on it. You guys can RSVP, reserve a table. Everybody that RSVPs will have an ice cream eating contest for free with their kids. It's a lot of fun. They do all kinds of raffles and other games like that as well. So we encourage you guys to come. Again, if you're not going to come, communicate that to your parents. Let them know, hey, I can't make it, have an engagement, but here's the tokens. Hope you guys have a good time. A lot of times we'll get parents coming in here saying, where's my coach? I don't know what's happening. So just communicate. If you can't come, you can't come. If you can't come, awesome. If you can even collect the money and take care of the pizza, that way your team's set. If you got a table when they get here, everything's good to go. All right, and then the final week. You guys would have saw in that video. We do a little Eye of the Tiger. We run through the breakaway banner for that last game. It's a lot of fun. I did forget to mention a couple things. So on week 2, one thing I forgot to mention is we started our sportsmanship values. I talked about that in the practice plan email. But starting week 2, you guys will be stopping by our table and picking up your sportsmanship medal for your kid. You'll want to hand out, at least one per week. We like to say by week 7 or week 6 for Gowanus to have all the medals handed out. So if you have 10 players on the team, obviously there'll be a few weeks where you're going to hand out 2 medals. So the topics for the sportsmanship value lesson, as you heard kind of Will in that movie, our instructors are going to go over those value lessons. The main reason for that is because some coaches forget to do that period if we give it to them, or they'll do it at the end. And so that's one thing we like to start the program out with. So you'll see, right before practice starts to blow the whistle, gather all the kids. You guys can be, on the sideline, standing right by the instructor, or the referee in that case. And, we'll deliver the sportsmanship lesson to the kid. And if you guys have anything to chime in, examples you want to give or stories you want to tell, that's the time to do it. And at the end of the game, you'll go ahead and award your athletes, have them all clap it up for their teammate. We always like to end the game with, go team. Make sure both teams shake hands before the end of every game, always showing that good sportsmanship. We have a sign for the sportsmanship award winner. So send them back to our canopy or table, and we'll get a picture of them holding their medal up with the sign. It's a lot of fun picture to share with the family. So that's basically starting weeks 2 through 6. You guys will have, or 7, the sportsmanship lessons, medals. On week 8 or week 7 at Gowanus, you'll have your participation medal. So all the kids will get a participation medal at the end of the season as well. So instead of getting just 1 or 2 medals, you get a bag for the whole team to hand out at the end. We like to have you guys do a little mini award ceremony on that one. Sit the kids down on the grass, have them clap it up for each other, and celebrate that end of season. We do have division championship medals as well, so they're a little bit different than these ones for the number 1 and 2 teams. If it's a 4-team division, so something a little bit different that we have for the division champ medals. And that's about it. I'm going to hand it over to my man Will here for coach applications.
Check. Can you hear me? How are we doing tonight? I don't believe it. How are we doing tonight?
Good.
A little better. It's late though. My name is Will Lofton. Like you said, I've been coaching with I-9 and Air for like the last 3.5 years since I moved to Arizona. I'm from Illinois originally. I did a lot of basketball and personal training, a lot of different coaching and stuff out there too. Came out here after doing mostly all competitive stuff and just kind of fell in love with the idea of just coaching and training to get the kids better as the first kind of thing we're looking at. And the wins and losses are extra, if anything, in this kind of situation. So going along with that, like just the culture of the program, like Aaron said, is just really focusing on getting the kids better first, which always involves them getting more opportunities, more reps, and also just making sure they enjoy themselves, because a lot of the kids that you're going to get, whether or not you're a first-time coach or not, majority of the kids we get, 90% or so, or maybe even higher, are beginners. You're probably their first coach. You're probably the first time they've ever seen the sport. A lot of kids may not have even seen the ball you're playing with or anything like that. So just giving them a good vibe of the sport, usually, even if you can't teach them how to do everything perfectly at first, if they enjoy the experience, they come back. So which is always what we're aiming for, making sure that they have fun, the parents enjoy it, then everybody has fun. Your job's easier as a coach if your kids are enjoying it, that we don't have to kind of wrangle cats the whole time while they're bored or mad or frustrated or whatever. So just make sure they're enjoying themselves. That's what the instructors are there for too, to make sure we keep our energy high. And as coaches, just want to make sure we all make sure we're upbeat and involved with the program. Just like he said, the instructors look weird when they're on their phones in the back of the field, so do the coaches. You bother putting the red shirt on, it looks awkward if you're just kind of off to the side standing there or only interacting with your kid. Make sure you're interacting with them all. And going along with that too, just as far as the program goes, uniformity, we want to preach that. The shirts are key so that the parents and the kids know who to send around their key in if they have questions or something about that. You're one of our first lines. People can come ask you, even if you don't know the answer, you know who the instructor is. You can also direct them to where they can get the answer, which is what we really need. We just want to make sure we're, like Aaron said, over-communicate with as much as we can so there's no confusion or little confusion as possible. Name tags are huge too. I got mine on today. I promise you, unless you like save my life or something like that, I struggle with names. I see hundreds of kids. I teach too in Phoenix, so I got about 200 students in classes that I have during the week, and then I come and got however many thousands of kids we got in these programs at different locations. Same thing with coaches. So don't get mad at me if I can't remember your name off the top of the bat. Even if you introduce yourself tonight, wear your name tag. I promise I'll say it then. And same thing with the kids. They'll call you by your name too. It helps them build a better relationship with you if they actually know your name instead of just coach. Because a lot of times, even now when I'm at different sites, when I hear the word coach, I turn around no matter who said it. And like 4 or 5 of us will too. Like whoever's got a shirt on, it's just a general term. So try to get them to learn your name, use it if you can. Also with communication, he spoke about the emails that we want sent out or we're asking you to send out just to intro yourself. We even templated it for you. It's going to have stuff on there already. If you want to add some more flavor to it and put your own little personal thing in there, by all means. Let the parents know you don't have to be too deep or anything like that, but just give them the idea that you're a human and you're able to be reached out and talked to. And that's really all we're trying to get across early as possible, so that if something does come up, like a lot of the parents will have questions about picture day or the Peter Piper day and things like that, hopefully they reach out to you before the day of these things if they have questions, and that way we can also, again, get them the answer. If you can't give it, we direct them to who can give them the answer. Okay, cool. Next one. Going along with the sports too, just the overview of the day itself. It'll start, as Aaron said, with hopefully your instructor being very proactive, very vocal, bringing kids in. I'm Coach Will, this is why I'm here, I love this sport, here's our sportsmanship value for the day. We explain it and go over it so that you as coaches don't have to worry about that part. All you have to do at the end of the day is pick a couple of your kids that hopefully have exhibited some of these behavior traits and award those kids so that the other kids see that you're going to be awarded for positive behavior. Not scoring 1,000 goals, not scoring 100 points, but we're looking for kids with great attitudes. We're looking for kids who are taking turns well, who are being good buddies, teammates, things like that. So we're trying to highlight, as well as the claps when we do things well on the field, off the field as well. Because a lot of those behaviors don't just sit in basketball. It translates to outside, where we're trying to, again, build better humans. Through a sport that they're probably going to have fun with anyway. So that's the idea with that. Soccer, if I have any soccer coaches in here, do I have any soccer coaches? Okay, cool. Your mission is to keep the ball on the field. Can you hear me? Your mission is to keep the ball on the field. On the field, okay? Because it's going to get kicked, it's going to get followed by a mob of children. Every single play. Now you laugh, but it's going to happen, watch. Also, spacing. In every single sport we have, we want to preach spacing. because it doesn't matter what you're playing. You can't do it if no one can see each other. They can't pass the ball. They can't run routes. They can't see anything. There can't be anything on it. Even though it's a small situation, because you don't really run a bunch of set plays or anything like that. But you can't do anything if you guys aren't spaced out. You can't run routes in football. Can't move the ball in soccer or basketball without space. Even cheerleading. You have any cheer coaches in here at all? Or no? Even cheerleading, you can't have a routine. You can't have a cheer routine if your formations aren't spaced. They're gonna hit each other. They're gonna run each other. There's not gonna be anything to do. So spacing is huge with any sport. Doesn't matter what it is. Talk about spacing if you can't think of anything else, and also just make sure they're enjoying themselves again. Man, soccer, we don't do goalies for the younger kids. So if you need to set up a goalie box to remind them not to run in there, do that. Otherwise, the older kids will get their goalies. If you can, remind the goalies to move around too, so you'll rotate the positions during the game, so that you don't have one person sitting in the net the whole game. But other than that, goalies are really the biggest difference. Oh, quarter differences. You'll go 4 6-minute quarters with your soccer kid. Your instructor should have a watch, not a phone, a watch, and be keeping track of the time for you, so you don't have to. The older kids will be a little longer, 10-minute quarters or 8-minute quarters. 8-minute quarters for our older ones, 4 8s, and that's about it. For juniors and seniors, we want to ask that one coach remain on the field if you have to have them there. If not, awesome. All in our sports, we want to preach independence and try to build that in the children as well. So try your best to, even if you have to, I mean, first week, couple weeks or so, maybe it makes sense to be out there kind of helping them. But as the season goes on, kind of step back as much as you can. Try to get them on the field by themselves, playing the game the way it's going to be played if they decide to go forward and do it. Mom and dad won't be out there helping. They're going to be holding your hand. They won't be helping you pass the ball. You're going to do it yourself. And again, it's an easy way to just show some kind of independence in young kids. It helps a lot. I don't think I have to say this, but for every sport, I'll just say it right now. Try to watch we want them to be competitive, but that doesn't mean you have to be super duper aggressive. It's still not a non-competitive league. We want to teach more than we want to focus on diving or sliding or anything. None of that in soccer at all. Tell the kids to stay on their feet. You'll get kids too they'll see it on TV, they want to slide for the ball. So I'm not doing it, you're kicked in the face. A lot of these kids don't care, they just kick no matter what. Either the ball's gonna hit you or a foot's gonna hit you. So stay off the ground as much as possible, all right? To avoid injury, and it keeps the game flowing. No offsides for little kids, obviously. Oh, no penalty kicks either. So if the ball goes out of bounds for your soccer guys, what we usually do is the instructor will watch the ball and play. Sometimes we'll have the coaches, if we get 1 or 2 on the field, you'll hold the ball, I'll have one. They kick the ball out of bounds instead of everybody just pulling over there trying to get it out from under a bench. Or you got the next ball in, coach has the ball, throw it in, coach, we keep playing. Try to keep the game moving as much as possible because again, you only get, for all of these sports, you only get about 30 minutes to 45 minutes for a game. Sounds like a long time sitting here, but it goes just like that while you guys are out there playing. So try to keep whatever game you got as moving as quickly as possible. I'll say that a couple more times while we go. For T-ball, coach pitch and T-ball are really, really, really similar. Only difference is how you're going to receive the ball. T-ball kids are going to be off the tee, obviously. You'll give them, as many chances as it doesn't take much to hit a tee on ball off the tee. Have the kids that are fielding, remind them to stand back a bit. Some of the kids can really hit, you might get hit in the face with the ball. Stand back. We usually have a yellow arc that marks where the infielders can be. If you have enough kids, start filling positions because again, we want to teach as much as we can in the sport. So get a first baseman, second baseman, third baseman, some shortstop if you can get one, some outfielders too. You can have a couple of outfielders if you have a bunch of kids. But sit them out and space them again, obviously, and start working on things. Something you can work on with little kids. Doesn't matter the age, you can always teach cutoffs. You don't have to grab the ball, run back by yourself, but start teaching them to pass the ball to one another as they're fielding it. So you got your guy in the outfield staying out there, and have your infielders doing something as well. And everybody can be involved. Same thing with soccer. Rotate your positions so that one kid doesn't stay on first base and get the ball with them the whole time. Make sure everybody can get the ball with them when they're at first base the whole time. And everybody gets the opportunity to try different stuff out and see what they like. Because we don't know at this point. A lot of kids are going to be beginners. You want to limit your coach pitch kids to about 3 to 5 pitches because they'll be up there all day. And I know I want to see him hit. Everyone wants to see him hit a ball off a pitch, but we still only have a little bit of time. So keep it moving. 3 to 5 pitches. If they can't hit it, they're not out. Then you put the tee out. let them get a chance to get it off the tee and still take their base. We only do singles in the game because again we're trying to teach as much as possible. So you'll hit no matter what, it's a base hit for every single kid, and we load the bases the whole inning. Every kid on the team gets the bat before they rotate and through, and the next team comes in back while they switch the field. The last kid on every rotation is going to hit a grand slam. Knock everybody in, we break for a second grab water, and switch it up. Try to switch your rotation up, at least the end part, so that somebody different gets to hit your grand slam every time instead of the same kid every rotation. And again, with 45 minutes, 30 minutes, you usually probably get maybe 2 times a bat a piece for both teams, which is enough. Practices will be just throw in and have batting practice and things like that. And again, your instructor will be on top of that and kind of cueing you on where to be and where to go. Basketball, my favorite. Biggest deal in basketball for me is traveling and double dribbling. I hate seeing movement violations in basketball. Can't stand it because you can't do it anywhere. First thing we should be teaching is one, looking the pass. That stops double dribbling immediately and traveling. And 2, also maintaining your dribble once you keep it until you have something to do with it. Really easy stuff that coaches can cue, that instructors should be cueing every week. As the season goes on, I try to get less lenient with the movement violations again. So if you got, especially with the older kids, if you're still traveling by week 6, you're gonna lose the ball. It's your responsibility. You gotta teach that. And I also have to prepare my athletes, the ones that do want to go on and play after this. Again, you're not going to be able to fit that kind of play anywhere. You can't roll it, it's not football. So movement violations are big. Coach your kids up, tell them to dribble the ball, or tell them crazy thought, pass the ball. Give it up. Don't run with it, just give it up to a teammate that's open. And again, instructors will be cueing the same thing. Only juniors and seniors will be shooting foul shots. Great opportunity to teach form shooting. As well as give some kind of chance for kids that may not even get the chance to shoot during the game, actually, to give them a chance to affect the game with points. Also, you get the cue rebounding. Teach your kids how to box out. Free throw shots are a great time to do so. Flag football. Most of my coaches flag football coaches here. Oh, I got some flag football. Like Aaron said, this location is a little different for flag football. Your practices are going to be your responsibility outside of the game, and then when you meet, your entire hour is spent playing. Some of the rules are slightly different. Quarterbacks cannot run. Quarterbacks must find somebody, throw to again, another spacing, another. So the older kids for the QBs can run. That's what we changed. Juniors, seniors, no running. You got to space yourselves. Find an open person. Look to pass if you're the quarterback instead of looking to run. We're still trying to teach that. With the younger kids, it's a little different. A lot of them can't throw very well or very far at all. So we've seen a lot of situations where it's really tough for a team to move the ball that has even if you rotate the quarterbacks, a lot of kids just aren't used to it. So if they're being actively blitzed for the Pee-wees and Super Pee-wees, they're allowed to run. They can get out of there and protect themselves by moving around. We're expecting the older kids to be a little more patient, a little more poised, trying to teach that, and also teaching our kids to run their routes correctly and just work more as a unit. Little kids will let them run out and get out of there if they need to. Again, coaches and instructors will be on top of that, but still try to kind of nudge them to try to pass the ball early, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, however long you can get them to, would be awesome. Same thing with flag guarding and things like that. Cue the kids early in the season, so watch how they're reaching. If they're gonna get their flag pulled, it's pulled. Can't grab it, can't hold it, can't slap the guy's hand or anything like that. That also blocking too. If me and Aaron are playing, Aaron gets he catches an amazing play. He's running up the field. I'm not allowed to run next to him so closely that I'm stopping another kid from getting his flag. So if you're gonna celebrate a great play, remind your kids to try to do it after the score. Jump around, yell, celebrate with the kid in the end zone. Going along with celebrations, make sure they're kosher. Make sure you're not insulting anybody or degrading any other teams or anything like that. Be happy about your own personal achievement. Don't have to put anybody else down. Again, just behavior things, trying to coach kids up out of those situations. For any of the sports, I didn't mention it for the other ones, but if you have a stoppage of play, we want to try to limit timeouts and breaks to about a minute or 2 if you can avoid taking any longer. Football, I understand, especially with the younger kids, if you have to talk a little bit more during your huddle or your breaks to kind of set them up and position them or something like that, especially with the littles. But do your best to keep the game moving. Again, we only get a short amount of time. Well, actually, you guys get an hour. But still, you want to use as much of the time as you can to get the kids reps. no matter what. That's the end, bottom line for the program. We do our best job in our classes where the kids get to play a whole lot. Because after 7 weeks, they end up looking like they actually got better, which is what everybody wants to see anyway. You want to see them improvement, you want to see them learning, you want to see them catching on to some of this stuff. Only way to do that is by repping them out, giving them chances to make mistakes so we can coach, teach chances to do well, and add some of the stuff we're working on during our practices. Practices as well. If you're not a coach that's super duper comfortable with your practice plan, ideas on your own, if you can't YouTube anything, you can't Google anything, if you're not comfortable with stuff you're thinking of, please, 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 please use the practice plans that we send out. He said I wrote them. I'm not saying it because I wrote it. I'm saying it because it's really simple. I tried to make it as basic as I can. A caveman should be able to do it. If you have any trouble, talk to the instructor. He'll help you set it up at least. We're gonna ask for you to run some of it though, even if you're an assistant coach. My job or my idea of helping you would be set your practice up, set your drill or whatever we may have for that week up, start it off for you. I'll show you how we're gonna cue it, like okay, here, keep up, I'll start it up and then probably try to walk away quietly and let you finish it out before we may change something or something like that. But we're gonna give you time during every practice, at least 5, 6, 7 minutes or so, depending on your comfortable level of comfort. We're gonna try to give you some time with the kids because, as Aaron said, we have a coach appreciation week at week 7, and what happens is I ended up getting a lot of gifts. I get gift cards, I get cups, I like them, but I'm not the coach. I'm the instructor. But they'll confuse me with it because if I see you off to the side or not interacting or entering yourself in it, I'll jump in. I'll jump in because I want the kids involved. I want them energetic, and I'm gonna say something. Not in a bad way. I don't want to step on toes, but I want to show energy. And I want the kids to feel like they want to come back and be there. Only way to do that is by showing a lot of love, man. So I go out there, I'll jump in. I don't want to take over your job, though. I don't want you to feel like you can't enter yourself, because it should be your team at the end of the day. Your kids should recognize you as the coach. You're the one volunteering. I'm already being compensated. You should be getting love shown by name. Hopefully they know you by the end of your season, man. Other than that, though, for football, there we go. Flag football. For flag football, all your double possessions or tie-ups are going to go to your offense. For basketball, we usually rock, paper, scissors for the younger kids. If you get a tie-up, instead of jump ball. If you can get an older group to do it, go for it. Use your jump ball situation if you get an older, more mature group. And let me say that also with your with any of your sports. If you like the things we're giving you are all generalized because we haven't seen your kids. If you look at your group and you can add things or you can coach things, you see places you can add stuff in, by all means do it. Give them the most that you can in the experience. Let them learn under you. Teach them as much as you possibly can. But overall, we're trying to keep it simple so we can make it quick. Also make it easy to learn, easy to remember. That's another reason why we do the same. We'll do the same 2 practices, 2 days, 2 weeks in a row. Maybe adjust it a little bit. Like if we had to dribble down to that wall and back, next week when you do it, you'll have cones in the way. Simple. Simple. Just move through and add something to it if you can. If you can't, cool. If you have to slow and drill down, do that to the level of your group. But whatever it is, it's going to be your call when you see your kids. If you need help, again, the instructors are there. That's what we're supposed to be here for, as a resource for you to get through it without having to figure it out. And so you enjoy it because we want you to come in with good energy every Saturday. You shouldn't be frustrated by this. If you're worried about what you're going to do, or if you're getting nervous or butterfly stomach, then you're probably doing you're doing too much probably. Probably doing too much if you're worried about this, because it should be light. It should be fun for you and for the children involved. And that way we know again, ensure that they have fun and you're having fun. I know it, man. I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got now. Again, thank you guys very, 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 very much for your time, energy, and effort. Being possible without your help. We can't express that enough. So appreciate your time. Thank you very much here today.
Thank you, Rick. Cool, man. Just have a couple more things I forgot about. Just a lot of information I realized, so just a few things. The jersey sizes. So if you have a player that has a jersey that's too small, too big, on opening day we have extras of everything. That includes your coach's shirts. So you guys can always just come to us and we'll trade it up for a different size. You're not stuck with it by any means. We have plenty of extras, so that's something. Try to learn your players' names. One of the things that I said earlier, we have name tags on opening day. Those name tags are probably going to come off before they get washed. remind your parents to take them off before they come wash, or do they come have a name tag like embedded on their jersey for the season? But one thing I like to say is, you know, you have a pen in your roster as you're distributing the jerseys. Number 11 goes to Jimmy. Number 15 goes to Bill. Write them down on your roster. That way you can always reference your roster if you forget players' names. I always do that when I'm coaching as well. Just helps me after those name tags disappear. As far as the picture day, one thing I forgot, please make sure everyone on your team takes a picture, even if they're not buying pictures, because if you think about it, if only one person in this picture takes the picture, the team photo is going to have just one picture, one person in it. So even if the people are not buying pictures, just have them stop by the booth, fill out the paperwork, and get a picture taken. They're not obligated to buy anything, but it just makes your team photo for the people that just want to buy a team photo at the end of the season. Have all the players in there. Talked about reaching out to your parents, just to introduce yourself. The snacks sign up, I forgot to mention that one as well. So on your schedule, if you go to my schedule on your website, you can't get in there right now, but on Friday when we publish everything, you'll be able to get in there now. You'll see your schedule. On the right-hand side of your schedule, it'll say sign up for snacks. I recommend you guys sign up for the first week. That way it's done, you're not worried about relying on anybody else. And then just remind the parents, you know, at the beginning or after the first game, sign up for snacks. If no one's signing up, go ahead and just assign people, because they'll get an annoying email every week that says, remind you for snacks, remind you for snacks. Food allergies, good one, yeah. So we have that in the opening day email on the template, so if parents have allergies, definitely let them know to tell you about that. But make sure they sign up for snacks, that way the kids have something healthy to munch on, hopefully at the end of the game. The website has all kinds of tools for the divisions that we do keep score in. You guys are able to go in there at the end of the game and post your scores. Our obviously instructors and site managers will be keeping track of the scores as well, and so our scores will always hopefully be the right ones because we're writing it down right there. But if there's discrepancies or anything like that, let us know. But if you want to go ahead and be proactive, you're on your phone at the end of the game, you want to type in the score, go ahead and do it. We give you that ability to do that. You can award these virtual medals, just like they have every player has like a virtual trophy case. You can assign those medals. There's just a bunch of cool features as coaches you have. You can message your team through the website, a few other things like that. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. All right. Awesome, guys. So thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys coming out, taking the time with your families. And we look forward to seeing you a week from Saturday.